Welcome to the game nicknamed Pokemon with Guns. Well, Palworld is more like Ark Survival Evolved, but replace the dinosaurs with Pokemon-style creatures and you make them work for you. And I wanted to see how much I could actually get done in 24 hours, so let's jump straight into this adventure. With me making my character look as ginger as me, then waking up on the beach as these pals are standing above me. And that tablet says stuff, but I don't care about that at the moment. I just wanted to pick up this piece of wood off the ground and make a crafting table, giving me a nice level. I talked to this lady with the gun, she gave me some wood out of pity, so cool, thanks. I don't need your wood though, I'm a survival expert. How many survival games have I played? Too many. And I mean that as I make this club and get to smashing this land ball, and then this cat got the clubbing too. I then finally made a pal sphere, which is basically a Pokeball, and after giving this land ball a few broken bones, I caught my first pal. I wonder how many I will be able to catch in 24 hours. Comment down below what you think it will be. And slap a like on the video while you're at it. Helps out a lot. I then smash this rock for some Paldean fragments, which I need to create more pal spheres. And that's a Chickapee caught, let's go, and a Captiva. I built this pal box, which I can store extra pals in here, and also it marks my base location, which is kinda cool. And as I said, you can have pals at base help you build, just like this land ball did with this fire, so I could cook up his friends. Yeah, that might be a bit sinister. Oh well. He also helped me make a bed for myself and a storage box, which allowed me to upgrade my base, giving me another slot for a pal at base. I then constructed a small house and got some much needed sleep. I also got down a feed box so my pals at base have a place to eat, as I'm no monster. I also got this berry patch up so we can grow food for the pals. Then I built this repair bench so I can fix my recently broken stone axe. Oh, it's Cremus, and that's the first one of them I caught. I also caught a gummoose and a pink gallet before crafting a pal gear workbench. We then caught our first fox parks before building a stone pit where pals have the ability to mine and get me endless stone. Also, fox parks can bake up some berries at base, which is also cool. I put down a ranch that I let the pals build, but this means things like Lamball will produce wool at base. I also went on a bit of a catching spree, getting a T-Flint, Leaf Monk, and a Tansy. But back at base, we built a logging site for endless wood, then built a crusher which can turn wood and stone into fiber or Paldean fragments respectively. Also, base is now level 7, I ventured out and found the first tower which we will take down. But first, I need to save this pal from these evil syndicate muppets. Welcome Swede to the squad. Also captured my first Aether while at low health because I'm still a weakling in this Palworld. Then the syndicate muppets wanted revenge and came to raid my base, but it did not end well for them. I also made the pal gear that lets me use fox sparks as a flamethrower, and this is epic. We then caught our first Malpaca. It's one of the most meh pals out. I then crafted a simple furnace and got some metal cooking. Then I decided let's face the first tower boss, Zoe and Griswold, and finish up the tutorial stage, as they call it. And well, I was definitely not prepared for this fight at all, and she swept the field with me, giving me a shocking death. I guess an upgrade to the 3-shot bow will come in handy for this fight and our adventure out on Malpaca. I then got my first Nightwing, which once I hit the right level I can fly with, which is cool. I also got myself a capillary before making a spa for the pals since they need some way to relax. Like, what about me? It wasn't so long ago I got electrocuted to death, but okay. Since I can't take down the tower boss, what about one of the world bosses? And well, Chillet is the lowest level 1, and well, this Malpaca ain't the right choice to fight it with, and well, that's some ice to the heart. But I came back with the heat and slayed Chillet, giving me my first ancient technology point. But since it was nighttime, I had to catch some nocturnal pals, being Hoot Crates, Depresso, Spupa, Daydream, Nox, and Tombat. And with my first ancient point, I unlocked and crafted an egg incubator, which I got to work straight away incubating this large dark egg. I then crafted a high quality workbench to make belt armor and a metal pickaxe. Then I caught myself a boss Chillet, hatched an egg into a Tombat, and well, I wanted more things to catch, so it's another catching spree with me catching a Celeray, a Ruby, a Direhow, Rushaw, and a Whack. Okay, this tame's name is a bit too close to a swear word. I see what you're doing there, Palworld. I see you. I then found a lucky tame, and well, this big cat had to be caught. I entered a dungeon finally, and well, I caught a Mao and beat up a few syndicate minions, caught a Calamari, collected this chest, called a Fuddly, then I logged out of the game at the end of this hour, which wasn't smart doing in the dungeon. As you can see, it spawned me outside the dungeon when I got back on, so I won't be doing that again. I then saved the Sparkit from prison before running into the luckiest big chickapee ever, and while this big boy is going straight into a pal spare. I also captured a Vixie, which is a great power as it produces arrows and pal spheres when at base with a ranch. And it reminded me never again to climb up this little island for this effigy. This was painful. Like, extremely painful. Well, at least catching this Mozzarina wasn't as bad, but these lollipop things didn't think I was worthy enough for them and sent me packing. But I came back and, well, caught one of their friends. Then I built the medieval medicine workbench so I could upgrade my base to level 9. I hatched myself a robin quill before crafting the sphere workbench and the daydream necklace, which means I have a little extra help with damage. And well, I wanted to test that out on the Ping King boss, and well, that ended not how I wanted it to. Bummer. So I caught some new things with catching this Fallope and Bristella. Now it's time I actually complete my first dungeon that had a boss Fox Parks at the end, and after wiping the floor with its little buddies, I decided to catch the boss. I also got rewarded with some loot crates at the end before leaving the dungeon for good. But my dungeon battles were not over as I fought this boss Gumos and defeated it in another dungeon. I then found a lucky Malpaca, and it really is on site when I spotted Lucky. But this thing was not having a single bit of my BS, and well, sent me packing. Also, since I spawned back at base, I was out of render range, and now that Lucky doesn't exist anymore, it's gone poof! But instead, this Lucky Cremus exists, and I made sure to capture that one. Also caught myself a little Jolt Hog, then failed trying to capture a Cinemoth. But now I can make myself a Nightwing saddle and take to the skies for a limited amount of time since this thing doesn't have much stam. It does not. I then found a spot to make my second base, or what will be my new base in time. And while building my new house, a raid of violent pals rocked up, and well, they gave me a hiding. Not once, but twice killing me. And after they had left, I continued work on the new base, adding the important stuff before heading out on another adventure around the local area where I tried to catch these Ribbonis, but I kinda just killed them instead. But I did catch this Dinosaur, and then spotted the coolest looking pal, a Blaze Howl Knocked. I then tried my luck again against Pinking, and well, he got the best of me. Again. No. And again. So I decided it was time for an upgrade to the Mega Shield. I returned to my first base just to have to defend it from some syndicate goons. I then caught the boss Swooper, did more work at the new base, died to Pinking once again before finally catching this fool.
Gotcha, Yosh! Yes! Finally! I've died to this fool too many times.
I then built this Power Essence Condenser, which basically lets you fuse like multiple of the same power together to make one stronger, which is kind of cool. I then attempted to catch myself a Relaxosaurus, but with there being two here, I kinda stepped above my pay grade and suffered for it greatly. Then I finally caught myself a Ribbunny, but its friend didn't like that at all. After that, I saved this Arsox from a syndicate camp. And I guess these goons weren't happy with me saving that Arsox, but Chillet smashed them all. I then battled some more goons, but this time they had some pal buddies, and well, I caught both of them, stealing it from them. It always feels good stealing from the syndicate, as I just saved this Dazzy from one of their camps. Then I caught a Broncherry, a Loot Moon, a Cognito, and finally a Relaxosaurus. After a good rest, I made a Univolt saddle, and then got using my Lightning Horn. course, when a bunch of Electrosaurus wanted to raid my base, but where I placed my power box here, they kind of got stuck at the bottom because there's like this little edge area where it counts as my base, but I got nothing there, and the raiders just seem to always walk into here, so it's an easy battle. I then also caught myself a Kelpsie and this boss as a robe. And as I said, having this small section count as part of my base makes it so easy to wipe Syndicate raiders. It's just kinda comical watching these idiots walk into a wall and me blasting them to death. It's great. It's fantastic. I then tried to battle the boss King Packer and, well, this thing is a lot stronger than me and I died. I kinda need to stop trying to fight things above my pay grade, but like, I can't help it, man. I wanted a King Packer. So I decided to build a few things around base and finally upgrade my base to level 12. I then crafted a Rushor saddle, saved the Flame Bella from a Syndicate camp, and then challenged Zoe and Grisbolt once again. This time, I absolutely took control of the field and took her out, completing the first tower boss. I then went and caught a boss Catris and a boss Jolthog from a dungeon. Then I found a boss Lamball and well, I just had to catch this giant floofball. And maybe I should do a Lamball only run on Palworld. Smash like if you would like to see that. I then caught the Grintail boss, a Gorat, and got burnt to a crisp trying to catch this Wixen. So I ended up catching a Bee-Guard and these two Mozangers around where the Wixen destroyed me. I ended up in a snowy area where the second tower I need to take over is, and then I finally caught a Gale Claw and a Howl Zephyr. With the metal I've been cooking, it was time to craft myself some metal armor and give myself some much needed defense. And after a long drawn out battle with this boss Broncherry, we captured it. Then I went to face the second tower boss Lily and Lylene, the founder of the Free Pal Alliance. And while I had the right strat using fire types, but I was very underleveled and she got the best of me. But we will be back. So I made a saddle for my Vanworm, which will come in handy for that fight as it is part fire type. But also it's a faster flyer than Nightwing, has more stamina, so this is going to be so much better to fly around on. Which is cool. And I guess the Free Power Alliance wanted to add some salt to the wound after their leader gave me a defeat. But they are stupid and I sent them packing back home, crying to their poor leader. After that, I went on a bit of a catching spree, working towards getting all these pals to 10 court for that XP bonus, also leveled up my base to level 13. Then I entered an epic battle with this amazing dragon called Quiverin, and I just had to catch it. This thing looks epic. Yeah, baby! Oh, I thought that was like a Quiverin. Let's go! Hell yeah! I then caught my 10th Univolt, maxing its catch bonus XP for it, before exploring more of the map at night where I can't see anything. But I did manage to rescue this Mao Crest, then hatched a, not one, but two Blazehowl Nox from these huge scorching eggs, which is kinda awesome. And finally, I got moving everything from my old base to my new base as it was time to say goodbye. This allowed me to make a new base in the future for any other purposes. I then hatched more eggs, get myself a Purin Noct and a normal Purin from these large scorching eggs. And shortly after that, I found the spot with a decent amount of metal nodes, and well, I set up a new base there that will be for harvesting loads of metal. So I headed to the desert in the attempt to catch myself a Digtoise, one of the best miners in the game, and well, this one just did not want to be caught. But after a little bit, I did manage to catch one, and I put him to work straight away, now at my mining base with some help of Gorat to move stuff to a box. I then completed Eiphadir and Celery by catching the 10th of both of them. I guess that's giving me more XP when I catch new things. I then stopped another free power raid before catching a boss Gumos and a little one to complete their catching bonus. Later on I made a saddle for Purin, and my lord, this has become one of my favourite land mounts, such a great mount, so fast, and it helped me catch my first Memorest. It also helped me weaken this boss Patella so I could capture it, and then I captured my first Rendix before entering to face the second tower boss, and this time I timed out, as I was not able to deal enough damage in the time limit, which counts as a defeat. I definitely need more training. So I got myself a Grisbolt and then got told I was doing criminal activities since I was in a place I shouldn't be allowed, but I don't care. I wanted tames. I'm just going to let this moment just talk for itself. Wait. That thing's gone flying. Oh my god, I was not expecting that. Yeah, after that I took down a boss Druid and a boss Nightwing. Then headed into the deep snow, as I'm calling this, where I unlocked the fast travel point to the tower in the region, which I'm pretty sure is the last tower boss to face in Palworld. I won't be doing in this adventure. I headed back to King Packer's place and, well, captured him, finally. Also went on a bit of a world boss killing spree, farming it all for them XP for my pals, as I really needed to take down the second tower boss. But this Lunaris ended my run of boss killing. I then hatched myself a Vanworm Crest and a Reptaro Crest from some large frozen eggs. Stopped another free power allowance raid, like, can these dimwits give it a rest? You ain't raiding me ever, you keep walking into the wall. Then I defeated the boss Bushy before hatching 2 huge frozen eggs, both giving me Memories Crests. Then it was time to face Lily and Lylene once again, and this time I'm betting I will win. I started the battle letting my Incineram deal as much damage as he could until we got low on health. Then switched into my Blaze Howl Knock to continue dealing loads of damage, and after that I jumped on Vanworm for a bit of dealing damage when I had a clear range to hit her and not get hit myself. Then on the back of my Purin I finished the deal and slayed the second tower boss. And back at base I hatched myself a Cryolinx and a Foxicle, which is cool. And then went back out exploring, caught myself a Hanguru and spotted Anubis, which I am nowhere near ready to face that. That's level 47, I am like level 30. Pipsqueak levels. So it's grinding time with needing loads of metal and loads of XP. I took out some bosses again. Then had a raid from some fangirls, which also led to me catching my first Lavander, and this power is creepy. I don't like this power. This thing is wrong. Following that mess, I caught myself a boss beacon, then finally built a power generator at base. And also an improved furnace. Then finally made a metal helm for my head, as I haven't had any type of headgear on at all during my time in this Palworld adventure, so that might help me out a bit. I also built the Pal Sphere assembly line, which allowed me to up the level of my base once again, and with that upgrade I felt the Pals needed a high quality hot spring to chill out in when needing a break for all the good work they've been doing around their base. I also learned that you can just fly to the top of a tower to unlock the fast travel point at the top without needing to defeat the tower boss. I then spotted Chetragon, one of the legendary pals, and well, I just tried my luck by throwing a pal sphere at it. Was I thinking it would catch? No! But hey, it didn't hurt to try. But my luck was on my side when I called a Sibilix? I think that's how you say it. To be honest, I probably misbutchered so many names. Then I tried my luck once again on the boss Anubis, and well, that didn't work either. I really should be trying to try luck at 0.1%. But I did hatch this egg and it gave me a Ragnarhawk, which is cool, I guess. And while in this dungeon, I caught myself my first Felbat. And then faced off against the Loop Moon boss at the end, and well, this battle was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. There was a few moments where I thought I was going to die, but we gritted through the pain and won the fight. I then crafted a production assembly line before facing a Goblin boss, and well, I caught him to be my first normal Goblin catcher. And now I can finally craft a saddle for my Blaze Howl Knocked, my favourite looking pal. And while riding this thing does make me feel a bit powerful, and these syndicate goons were no match for me on it. I then faced Owl Dragon, and using Cryolinx we weakened him down and captured him. I also faced Warsec with the help of Blaze Howl and Purin. We lowered its health down and captured him as well. And that's it to my 24-hour adventure. As I work more on my base, my time in Palworld for now has come to an end. And well, I may have some more adventures in this land.
You would just have to subscribe to find out.